Hey everyone, Sherman Williams here. All right, so I'm going to be going over the deforestation in Alabama again. This is my revision. All right, so first things first, what's the issue? Jumps ahead. All right, so the issue is that logging companies are not replacing what is being cut down. All right, so they're going in and they're surveying trees that they identify as being mature, but what they're not telling the landowner that in order to get those trees out, they have to go in and cut logging trails in order to get their heavy equipment back there to be able to harvest those trees and get the tree out. So it's a lot of work for just a couple of trees, and you Glenn, they don't really make that clear. Well, at least the company that proposes to me, which I later found out were guilty of overcutting, didn't tell me. So I'm glad I did my research. So I'm just making this aware now. Um, the same company is going into WMAs, do wildlife management areas, and they're cutting down pretty much everything just to harvest, and they're calling it select cutting, but it's not select cutting when you cut down an entire section of forest, like a section that I hunted as a kid, where I actually shot my first deer at. Was I went back because I wanted to recreate that incident, and found out that area is completely gone, gutted. So that was heartbreaking. Now no kid will actually be able to experience taking their first deer from that section of forest that I hold is a very special place in my heart. It was a very very heart wrenching experience. Um, but now these roads are they go into the WMAs, they're very small to begin with. So when you start factoring in semis and bulldozers and cranes and everything else that you see pictured here, usually these hunters are coming in at all hours of the morning. So if you come around a blind curve and you're met headlights with the semi that you see here, what's your initial reaction to be? You're probably going to wind up in a ditch, and that's not safe. Like I said, they're cutting down everything. So there's not here down here in the south, it's usually pine trees with the southern longleaf pine, but they're cutting down all the hardwoods the maples, the oaks, and everything else. So they're losing biodiversity in these big gigantic sections. Erosion in the area has already started to increase. You can definitely tell the sand is being washed away. There's nothing to hold the soil there. Where roots would hold it there, and grass. No, when they completely excavate this entire area, it's taking away the topsoil too. So it's just washing away and just creating these big divots, and it's just making the roads that are almost impassable. Some short ways to help: use paper and other materials that are they're made for trees, made from trees, very sparingly. Make them use them with a purpose. The biggest way to help is plant new trees. All right, you can't if you're putting back what they're taking, you're taking up their slack and their shortcomings. So but in the end, it'll help the earth heal as a whole. And then the biggest, absolute biggest thing is just get involved. Just make sure that you do your research. If you plan to have these guys come out and cut, you have anybody come out and cut to you, or anywhere in your area, ask them, hey, what's your plan, and what's your future goal. I'm I've been having issues playing these YouTube videos. So
30% of the planet, and the ecosystems they create play an essential role in supporting life on
So I know
Earth.
this says rainforest, but
Deforestation
the lessons here
clearing
in this
Earth's
video
forests
are
on a massive
paramount
scale.
to what we're
And at the
experiencing here in the
current rate of
South.
destruction, the world's rainforests could completely disappear within 100 years. Why should we care about deforestation? Together, forestry and agriculture are responsible for 24% of greenhouse gas emissions, making deforestation a significant contributor to climate change. Deforestation impacts the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere in two ways. First, when trees are felled, they release the carbon they are storing into the atmosphere. Second, trees play a critical role in absorbing the greenhouse gases that fuel global warming. Fewer forests mean larger amounts of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, and
So yeah, like in that video, like you saw where it like tree fall down, like I didn't know this, but like once the trees fell and cut, like all that carbon goes in the atmosphere, and then just like just hoards it like in the atmosphere, just causes like global warming. Like, I didn't know that, so that was a good like tidbit of information. So I thought I would include that. All right, so here's some resources to help. Sorry, let me move my screen. All right, like we have to get involved and arm the public with knowledge that is like what the long term effects of these lumber companies are doing. Like if they keep going at the pace they're going, like we're going to have like hardly any pine trees. Like there's no restoration acts that I've come across. So, but these are some of the pages that like you can use to help like help you like arm yourself with knowledge that way like going forward. Thank you for your time, guys, and that's it.